guys, in this video I am going to tell you about another principle of design called repetition. The word repetition comes from the word repeat, and that is very crucial thing for you to look at when you're making a design. So I'm still going to use this design to explain that particular principle. And what does it mean to repeat something? It just means repeat the same thing again. So it could be in a number of forms. It could be repeating a particular shape, repeating a particular color, repeating a particular font style, repeating a particular image, repeating a particular element. So it could be a number of things like that. But what exactly is the point with repeating? Yeah, it makes your design come together and blend and makes it feel like, okay, something is in sync here. It makes your design stand out, and I'm going to show you. Once I'm showing you how the work, you're going to really realize how much of sense this makes. Okay, so it makes your design stand, it makes it neat, it makes it cool. So some people make designs and it's just all over the place, but if you infuse together all of these principles that I've told you and also this repetition, you're going to notice certain changes on your designs. So let me use this that you're looking at as an example. The travel your logo is a particular shade of blue. The about us, can you see the us? The us could have been black, but this designer decided to make it that same shade of blue for repetition's sake. And when we look at it critically, the image in this design, I've told you about color sampling, that one thing that makes your design unify and come together is that you are sampling color from your image. Do you see that everything I've told you about, you can almost see it everywhere? Okay, so this color is coming from a place on this image. So there's repetition of color from the image to the text, and that's amazing. Okay, so what else do you think is repeating itself here? One of the other reasons why you should choose repetition as a very core thing in your design is this. For example, you're making a number of design that has different number of pages, say presentation slide, magazines or books or journals, things like that that have different a good number of pages. You if let's say it's a printable copy and then it's printed and a part of it tears apart. I make this example a lot of times. Somebody who takes the magazine should be able to see that piece of paper later and feel like, I think this piece of paper belongs to that magazine. And not because it's the same, exactly the same, but there is an element that is on that magazine that repeats itself on that page. You should not make a design and then some pages just look absolutely out of the context of the design that you're making. That is not even okay for you. So let's see this design. This is a presentation slide, of course, that has a number of pages. So let's see the things that were repeated on this design, and really, if do they work or do they not work? Can you see this same shade of blue? Remember I told you about color shades. You would see that the blue here is not different from the blue that is on the next um page. Okay, so let's look at this. This is a blue color coming up here, repetition. And I'm going to show you one more repetition that is happening here. There is a yellow color, like just a little bit of it here. And there's this shape that you can see that has this rough edge. It's here, okay? So let's see what page 2 brings for us. Page 2 is having another kind of content, but not like the designer didn't make it so different from what we have already. Can you see the image on the first page was on the right side, the image here is on the left side, but the same rough edge for the shape is still here. The same color is still here, and you can see, if you look keenly, this yellow rounded images, as you do, they look like you can't really see them. But these are intentional stuffs that designers do because they know these things matter. You don't want to not think about these processes. It just shows your design thought process. It shows the ability for you to pay attention to details. Okay, and the images that I used are also in a way in sync with what is being done on this design. You can see there's a little bit of yellow on that image too. Let's move to the next. Did you see that same yellow rounded shape here? It shouldn't have been entirely necessary, but it's still there. Can you see the rough edge for that rectangle? Is still there. And can you see that color is still there? Despite the fact that the images are quite different. And can you see this again? Like every single thing on this design, every single thing on this design carries something that repeats itself all around it. So if I'm looking at this design, maybe somebody shows me this design differently, I can easily say, I think this design belongs to Travel Your Logo, if that's a business name. So this is very important for you. Don't make designs that don't come together. You can't even relate them together. It's beautiful when you repeat. Can you see that? It's once you're going through this design, you are relishing it, you are enjoying it. The your audience might not exactly know the reason why they are enjoying your design, but you have put them in that position to enjoy your design because of this thought process, because of this attention to details. Okay, so once they are scrolling through your magazine or through your design, they just know that something is coming together. Can you see these yellow flowers? They just know something is adding up. Can you see? Amazing stuff. Entirely, like this is the 10th page and we are still seeing similar things. So it means even if you want to create like 50 pages of this is 15 pages, 50 pages of this, you can still have things repeat itself amazingly. Colors are repeating themselves, same shades of color, images are repeating themselves, and all of that. So this is important when it comes to designing. It might even be a one-page design, but you want to ensure that something is repeating itself. It could be the color out of the image is repeating itself on the text. It could be a shape is repeating itself here. And can you see this? Do you remember we had this on the first page and now it's repeating itself here on the last page? So these are the things that make your design stand out and excellent. This is going to be the end of this video and I'm going to see you in the next video where I explain to you hierarchy. See you in the next video. Bye.